Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday Live. My name is Ashley Hay. I'm a mixed media artist and I'm back. So, back on Friday Live, I have had a short hiatus. So, of course, over the last few months, I've been moving studio and I've been relocating my studio back home to still in Safety Bay in WA, but it is actually wonderful being back at home. And today you can see I'm in my studio here and filming. So if we've got any technical glitches or the internet's a little bit slow, it will be a lesson learnt for next week. So hopefully there won't be any lags and it will be all good and you'll be able to hear. So drop in a comment, let me know who's here, and I am so excited to be back, and it will be lovely to see who's live. I know many of you watch later from other countries, so if you are watching on replay as well, please still drop a comment and hashtag replay, and I'll make sure I answer any questions you have. So today is a little bit of a chatty one, and then for next week I have a demo for you, and I'll be doing a live demo back in the studio again. But what I wanted to share with you, some of the creative fun I've been having over the last few weeks. So as you can imagine, after a bit of a grind moving and it was such a huge job. So I've been in that studio for 11 years and it was a great location. It was a huge space, but I have pretty much fitted everything in here and I'm really comfortable, and my vision for this space here is for it to become a real creative oasis and a hub where people can come and be inspired to create. And so I'm going to be sharing a lot more this year around mindfulness, and I'm going to be running some art meditations and things like that. And also motivation and marketing strategies, as well as actual productivity and creativity. So Friday Live, of course, is all about Powertex, and because as you know, I do love these art supplies. So I'm just checking my comments here, and so welcome, Jan and Cheryl. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining me live for my first one back. So yeah, let me share what I've been doing because it's been so exciting and I've had so much fun in the studio. So I'd like to just share some Easter ideas with you, because I was thinking, if I'm going to have a bit of creative fun, I need to be doing something seasonal and topical. And of course, with Easter fast looming, here we go. So this is a Rosie Rabbit, and so I have been creating Rosie Rabbit for, well, she didn't take long. I actually will be doing her as a full day workshop this Sunday on the 26th of March. But she is gorgeous. And so I'm thinking that with her pot, and I was going to photograph her with Easter eggs, but I'll let you in on a little secret. I actually ate the Easter eggs before I was able to take the photograph. So I went, right, I'm not buying any more because I'll eat them again. So I don't want to do that. But I did think that maybe her pot might be nice to actually have, like, you could do any color, and of course if you've got more time than you've got in a day, you can decorate it with flowers. You could do all sorts of things to make it pretty, but of course it is going to have the Easter eggs in it as well, which will be colorful and will really color it up. So the great thing with her is that she's designed to be a year-round rabbit, because once Easter is over, you could actually put a little pot plant there, or you could have her actually doing something else. So totally up to you and up to your creativity. So yeah, for her, I've used grey Powertex and also Easy 3D Flex and the 3D Sand. I've used quite a few different products, Bista, which, as you know, I love, and then of course Power Colors, titanium white, grey and black. And to get the little bit of pink on her, I've actually used some of the magenta liquid power with Ivory Powertex, and then I've oversprayed it with original Bista to actually get that really nice colouring that you can see in there. So it's fun to experiment. And the thing is that when I am designing a new workshop, it does take a little bit of time to actually work out how to do it so that then I can teach you the easiest way to go about things. So if you love her and you're in WA, come along on Sunday. I have still got a couple of spots left, and it would be lovely to see you here at my new studio. So as well as Rosie, as you know, I love quirky things, and I just want to make more and more quirky sculptures. And so I said to my friend Rosemary, I said, oh, you know, what could we do for Easter that would be fun? And do you want to have a little bit of a think about it? And so we kind of brainstormed some ideas, and she found a rabbit driving a carrot car. And I went, oh, wouldn't that be fun to play with? So we both had a play. And so I'll see if I can get Rosemary's rabbit to show you next week as well. And then and I'll have mine totally finished by next week. So my series of rabbits here are actually at different stages. So Rosie is totally finished. So with Rosie, you can see the amount of detail that she's got, and you're not going to get that sort of level of detail and finishing of the colouring in the workshop. You will make her structure, you will colour her, but you could take another day or a couple of days to really refine the colouring. And this is where you get really good with your, you know, sculpture and finishes, and it just levels up your art. So it really is worth spending a little bit of time to really finish your pieces really, really well. And you can see that she is gorgeous. So now we have Racing Rabbit. So that's what I've called my one, and I'm going to hold him up here. So I hope you can see him okay. But what I do love about him is his big teeth and his big flappy gums, and he is he's not so finished. So he is nearly finished, but I've just got those refining colors to do. So he's been painted back into, and sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. I actually I'm a great believer in that, and I will go wild and I will take risks. And it is really, really important as an artist to actually plunge in and go, okay, I'm not totally happy with how it's looking. So, and I'm thinking that if I do this, then it might level the piece up. And it's really important to take those risks, because that's where you actually learn. So he was looking gorgeous. He had lovely clean teeth. And then I sprayed him with the Bista and the original Bista, and then I painted back into his teeth and cleaned his teeth up. So now what I want to do is just give them a final polish and just pop some colours. So I'll work with titanium white, some grey, probably a bit of the original Bista, and also some black, all in Power Colors. So yes, I'm a bit excited to finish him. I was going to finish him last night, but I decided to go out painting, and so I did a portrait instead. So welcome everyone. I've got lots of people joining me. We've got Liv from Florida. So hey, great to see you. Donna, lovely to see you back. And she's saying that the rabbit looks wonderful. So thank you for that. And then someone else is saying your rabbits look amazing. They have been so much fun to actually make. Now, and we've got Nina from Kansas. And Nina's actually asking, will I do an online workshop for Rosie, and yes, I will probably do a sculptural form workshop at some stage this year, Nina, but there are 4 fantastic online video courses for you to explore. I think you might have one. Do you have the Rust Effects online course? Is that you? Or is that someone else I'm thinking of? Anyway, lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining. So yes, so he is a racing rabbit, and you can see he's got his carrot smoke blowing out the back here, and he's driving a carrot, and he's got his boot ready to fill with Easter eggs. And after Easter, you could actually give him a little friend to ride in the back seat that you actually put in. So I might do that. That would be a bit of fun. I might give him a little friend and show you that at some stage. So as well as those 2, I have got another one on the go. And the really interesting thing with all of these sculptures is that they're different levels of difficulty. So for a beginner's class, Rosie Rabbit is awesome. So anyone can do her. I take you step by step through the process and teach you lots of techniques. So even if you haven't done much art, but you would love to get creative, she is super easy to do. Then a racing rabbit actually requires a little bit more, I'd say it's more of an intermediate level. So if I do him as a workshop, it will actually be for people who have already done a sculpture with Powertex and have already got some understanding. So they're working with some prior knowledge of having already gone to a workshop and used Powertex, so that I don't have to explain everything. Okay, let me show you the 3rd one. Now, this one's finished. This one is very nearly finished. And the final one is definitely not finished and has a ways to go. I do have quite a lot to do in the next couple of weeks. I've set myself some quite a lot of painting tasks to do before the end of the month. And of course, the end of the month is quickly racing up upon us. So I'll move Rosie out of the way here, and I'll just get rid of the comment and the banner so that you can see. So this one is a work in progress, and I thought I'm going to call him Scooter. So I love the fact that he's actually riding on the carrot, and at one stage it looked a little bit like a motorbike. He hasn't got any Easter egg carrier, but I am really excited to work on finishing him. So the thing with this one is it's the next level up from Racing Rabbit. So it is definitely a higher skill level again. And you can see that, you know, take him off the carrot there. He's actually not finished at all. So, you know, he's still pretty rough. He's got no finished texture, no finished color, no real features. And then he's got his carrot, which I love. So I've just used yellow and red Powertex to make the carrot color. So there you have it. They are the rabbit sculptures. And now what I wanted to talk to you about is the fact that we actually have some fabulous Powertex papers as well, so for photo transfers. And so I'll just have a look here. So this is the rabbit, and I'll take him out of the glossy sheet. I have got one open down there, but we'll do it this way. So you can buy these in a pack of 4, which are actually really nice to make nursery pieces. And I've actually done that for my grandkids. So I've got one more to make. So I thought next week what I'd do is I would do a photo transfer during the week. And then next week I'll show you mixed media on the rabbit canvas and on the photo transfer so that you can see how to do it. So with Powertex, there are a whole lot of papers which are perfect for photo transfers. And so this is the rabbit one, so it should be a bit clearer now that it's not got the plastic covering on it. And he's just gorgeous. I think this one's going to be a she, and I think I'll probably do it with pinky colours. I've been doing a very large portrait and I've been really getting into the magenta and orange. So I'll have a play with that next week. So be sure to join me for that next week, and I'll actually be showing you some practical tips and tricks. And stay with me because I will be talking about Powerprint tips and tricks. I've had heaps and heaps of questions over the last couple of weeks, probably the last month or so. And so I really want to answer some of those questions for you and talk about how you could actually prepare a canvas ready for next week. So during the week, you could watch my YouTube video, how to transfer photos to canvas, and you could prepare a canvas. So this is a little canvas that has actually had a photo transfer done on it, and it's ready for some mixed media. So prepare a canvas, probably a bigger one than this would be nice, because I'd suggest maybe a 30-30, so 30 centimetres by 30 centimetres or 10 by 10 inches. And that is actually, it might be 12 by 12 inches actually, but that is a really nice size to work on. It's not too big. You can actually experiment. You can do a few different paintings. And with the A4 size print, it's actually quite a nice working area around your piece to play with. So get your canvases ready for next week. Let me know if you're in. So if you're watching and you're up for the challenge and you're going to do a photo transfer ready for next week, then let me know. And I'll go through a few basics now of what you'll need and some of the questions that I've had. So, oh, excuse me. So I have had, so I haven't got any yeses yet. So if you are watching, drop a comment in and let me know that you are going to do something for Easter maybe. So maybe you're more inspired by making a rabbit sculpture. But I would love it if you join me next week and have a canvas ready to go with a photo transfer, so that then you can play with some mixed media next week and try some of the techniques that I show you. So let me know, yes, you're in. And of course, if you would like to share what you're doing, we've got the Creative Powertex Australia Creative Hub on Facebook, which you can actually join, and I'll answer some questions there, but I will be answering questions here. So I have some very, very, very exciting news. I'll just move this out of the way. So YouTube, I have had many videos, and the reason I do videos on YouTube is so that you guys have access to information about Powertex to make it easier for you to create with Powertex Art Supplies. So I've been working with Powertex since 2010. I absolutely love it, and there are so many fantastic art products in the range which just give you so much scope and versatility in your artwork, and you can mix them up. Oh, excuse me. I might just have a quick drink of water, but you can mix them up. Oh. You can mix them up with anything that you're already using. So yeah, they are very, very great to use. So what I want to share, I'm going to share my screen with you, and I'd like to show you the YouTube channel so that you can see sort of what's on there. And over the last month or so, one of my videos has had so many views. So it's nearly up to 300,000 views. And it's had most of those views in the last month or so. And there have been loads of questions. And so today, seeing as it's my first day back, I thought I would take the opportunity to answer some of those questions as well. So if you're watching and you're a new subscriber, I really welcome you to the channel, and I really look forward to sharing with you and inspiring you to create, because that is what I'm all about. So of course next week we've got a demo. So let me share my screen and I'll show you what is up. Hang on. Oh, I might have to do it over here. Sorry guys, it worked before. Let's try the split screen. Okay, so okay, here we go. No. Okay, finally, there we have it. So you can see here, so you should be able to see the YouTube channel, and if you have a look at the top here, there is actually some videos. So there's the latest videos, and then there's the most popular section. So when you arrive at your homepage, you'll see some, the most recent video. So of course, which is today's one. And then if you go scroll down, you'll see there's videos, what is, tutorials, past live streams, and live now. So there is loads of free content on here that you can actually watch. And if we go to videos, you can click on there and see what's most popular. So this is the video that so many
Hello
views.
everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to do photo transfers onto canvas. My name is Ashley Hay. I'm a mixed media artist, and so this is a process I love. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get something that we can put underneath the photograph to give us purchase under the canvas. At the moment, the canvas is just going to sag when we press on it. So I want something large enough that's going to sit in underneath there. So I've got a few books here. And we just need to work out how many we need so that we get a good height and it's not too high.
Okay, we'll just remove that. Alrighty, and I'm back. So for those of you who haven't seen the YouTube channel, I hope that helped. So you just go to Powertex Australia on YouTube, and there's heaps and heaps of videos there. Last year, what I did was I created a whole series of what is videos. They're actually, they talk about each of the different products in the Powertex range, and there is so much information on those. So definitely check those out. So if you love the how to transfer photos to canvas video and you found it really useful, there's a lot of other content on photo transfers that will probably answer some of your questions. And I am also going to address some of them quickly now before we finish up. So the first question that I have had a lot is asking to clarify what materials I actually use. I was actually meaning to have them out here, but I haven't put them out. That's me freshly back from, creating I am back on video and my brain has gone to mush. Anyway, so the first product that you need is you will need a high resolution photograph or print. Now, one of the comments that I had was, oh, that's not art, or it's cheating, but how I feel is I feel it gives the people the opportunity to get creative even if they can't draw. So it is a real opportunity for anyone out there who can't draw to do some mixed media and texture work and have an element of focus. For those people who are awesome at drawing and are incredible artists, then it gives you so much scope to play with this medium, because you can actually take colour photocopies of your original drawings or paintings, and then you can actually do photo transfers, and you can um, then play with the original drawing without worrying that you're going to ruin that original drawing. So there are just so many possibilities with it, and I'm going to be excited to share some of those possibilities with you over the next few weeks. So, of course, the rabbit, I will transfer in the week, and I'll use the same process that I've used in all the videos that I've created. But a few other questions. So, you will need Powerprint and Easy Coat Glossy or Matte. Now, there are many products that actually will transfer photographs to another surface, so like canvas, and I've tried quite a lot of different things, and so you might already have something in your stash that you like to use and you love, and you can already do photo transfers. So if that's the case, that's awesome. Go hard, do the photo transfer, use the medium that you love. I just love Powerprint. So I have used a lot of different things, and what I find with the Powerprint medium is that it actually works so well once you understand the process and the tips and tricks that you need to know to make the print work really, really well. So what you need to understand is that the ink from the laser print, so it's not water-based. So the solution, the Powerprint, releases the ink into the solution, and then you actually put the image face down with the Powerprint on it and the Powerprint on the surface of the canvas as well. And then you go through the process of taking the paper backing off. So it's really, 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 really important that that solution doesn't dry during the process, or you will get air bubbles in your piece. And if you think, and your print will just kind of tear off. So if you think logically about this, if the solution is what releases the ink, then it needs to be wet when you're doing that transfer process. So that's tip number one. But the other thing is you want high resolution print, how your photograph looks, so how your photocopy looks, because I recommend 80 to 100 GSM paper. Don't use photographic paper because you won't get the backing off. And I've also had quite a few questions about using magazine images. Now, again, the paper is glossy, so it won't really work fabulously at all with the photo transfer medium, because it will kind of resist the Powerprint medium, which actually is water-based and won't absorb into that glossy magazine paper. So a simple solution and workaround is to simply photocopy the magazine images that you like. Just be aware of copyright issues. I'm very aware of those, so I prefer to use my own drawings, my own paintings, or my own photographs for photo transfers, or papers like the Powertex papers where you actually have permission to be able to create artwork with them. So That answers the first question of what you need, and I kind of did a couple of talking about other things in there. So if you are live and you're watching and you have any questions about any of this at all, then just ask me. So Donna's just saying, I'm just checking comments here. Donna's just saying, all your videos on YouTube wonderful and very informative. Thanks, Donna. I'm glad you're finding them very useful. And Nina's also saying, I appreciate your YouTube lessons. They're very informative. They are all free for you to watch. So get on there and have a binge, subscribe and check the bell. And that way, when I am going live or there's new videos posted, you'll get a notification as well. So let's have a look at some of these questions. So Wave Art said, thank you so much for the video. It's incredibly interesting and enlightening. One question, can I transfer onto other surfaces? So this is the wonderful thing with the Powerprint medium. Yes, you absolutely can transfer to other surfaces. So you can transfer anything porous. So you can transfer to canvas, fabric, you can transfer to but I don't really see the point. And wood. So I showed you the little canvas before, so that's a canvas. This is actually done on Belgium linen, and it is lovely. So it's just been primed with some gesso and then allowed to dry, and then the photo transfer has been done. So that is actually a Powertex paper as well. So you can see there's some gorgeous papers. If you want to see that full range, you can just go to the Powertex Australia website, so powertex.com.au, and click on the shop, and you'll see that there's an option to look at all the different papers, and there's so many lovely papers there that you might like to try. So that is one of them. This is onto you probably won't see that well, but it's actually onto a piece of wood that has been already pre-painted. So it's got a black and white transfer, photo transfer onto a pre-coloured piece of wood. And the nice thing with this is you sort of get a ghost image. So where the photograph was white, the colour of the actual backing comes through. And so it's the same onto wood as well. So if we have I've got it upside down. If we have a look at this piece, this is actually just a demo. I was just wondering if I did have it upside down. This was just a demo piece that I did at one of the craft shows to show how it works on wood. And again, you can see it's a little bit dusty. I should have dusted it off. Things from having been moved. You can see that that is actually the wood's coming through where the photograph was actually white. So it's quite exciting what you can actually do when you put your creative mind to play and go, okay, what can I do with this? So I'm just going to I was just wondering if the video is lagging at all. Please let me know if the video quality has been good, because I haven't seen it, or if it's been annoying and it's cracked up. So someone else, Noah, said, great video. Do you remember the specific brand of paper and cloth you use to do this? So I have already mentioned the paper. So when you do your laser print, and it is important that it's a laser print because, like I said, the laser ink is actually pigment based, whereas with your inkjet printer, it is water based. So your print will just wash away. It can be quite interesting. It will give you a more watercolor effect. So if you want to try it, have a go, but it's really important to stop before you go too far or you'll have nothing left. So I mentioned, Noah, that the paper is 80 to 100 GSM. And what I have done is in the description as well, for the how to transfer photos to canvas, I've actually included a lot of links and information for you in there, answering a lot of the common questions that have been asked of me over the last few weeks. So hopefully you will find that useful. And Noah also says that he has tried this recently and the paper kept getting torn. So what I would say, Noah, that is most likely is probably what is happening is you might be working a bit too slowly. And as you are doing that transfer process, if you imagine that solution is drying before you manage to burnish it onto the new surface, and you've got no excess medium coming out the edges of the paper when you do that burnishing, you probably haven't used quite enough medium. And it's a bit like riding a bike. Once you kind of get it, you'll know exactly how much is enough, because you can also put too much on and then it goes a bit gluggy and acts almost like a glue. So it's just getting that lovely balance. And I highly recommend starting with a vintage photograph, and then if you do get some of those tears, it can look really, really effective. If it's done on canvas, it looks like an old photograph. So, and then people will go, "Oh, how did you do that?" That's really interesting. So, that would be the main reason why the paper would come away and why the print would come away and you get holes in the print, would be because that solution is drying before the transfer process has completed. So just work a little bit faster, and so it's good to start with A5 and then go to A4 and then go to A3. Okay, so I hope that helps, Noah. And I hope that helps other viewers out there, because it is a very common question and some people it befuddles them. And, if you have these problems, sometimes you give up before you sort of work out the solution. And we all know that when we were learning to ride the bikes, how many times did we fall off? So, we've got to expect that when you're learning a new art process, that there's going to be some teething problems, and then once you get it, you're just flying. So it is, like I say, I absolutely love this medium. So Cassandra has said, what was your blow dryer heat setting, high or low? So we're getting right down into the tin tacks. And so I actually do it super high, and I do it high and hot, because those of you who know me know that I like to do things quickly, and I don't like to wait, and I'm a bit of an instant gratification girl. So, and hence I do, go too far on quite a lot of my artwork, and then I have to fix it. So yes, high and hard and as fast as it goes is my answer to that one. But you'll get your own way of working and your preferred way of doing things as well. I'm only showing you one way. There's just so much other experimentation that you can do, and so much possibility, and you're really only limited by your imagination. Okay, does the canvas need to cool down before wiping the paper off? This was actually a very good question, and it's not one that I think to answer. But yes, it does need to cool down, because, that heat setting process, it's in the heating and then the cooling that the paper will actually stay on. So yeah, the print, it's not the paper. We don't want the paper to stay on. So yeah, allow it to cool down before taking the paper off. Also, Cassandra asked, is there a certain type of canvas? So no, it doesn't matter what type of canvas you use. Obviously, the better quality you use, is better if you're selling your artwork. But if you're just doing experimentation and you're just playing, what I do recommend is, even if it is a cheap canvas, make sure you prepare it properly, because sometimes you do a wonderful piece on a cheap canvas and then you go, "Oh, I didn't really, prepare that canvas very well at the start," and it's so important to do that. So if you have got a cheap canvas, make sure that you wash it off, and because sometimes they can have a bit of residue, like almost a wax that will resist. So give it a wash with warm soapy water, and then let it dry, and then actually spray the back with water as well. And actually putting that water on will also tighten the canvas as well as taking off any residue, and actually work the water into the back of the canvas with a brush after you spray it on, and really get it into all of the fibres of the canvas so that it will tighten, and then prepare your canvas properly with gesso. Or you can prepare it as well with Powertex. So I do love using ivory Powertex in place of gesso, but there is still a place for me to actually seal things with gesso. It's really quick drying, and as I said, I love that. So I hope that helps, and I'm sure that if Sandra has had that question, many of you others would have. So that's all the questions I'm going to basically cover for now. Hang on, I'll just take that off the screen, have a look if there's any questions live. So Nina's just saying, I wanted to do the picture of the eyes I had seen you do, but you can't find that picture here in the US. I found that kind of frustrating. So Nina, just flick me a private message and I'll get back to you on that one. But you should be able to access the papers and purchase them outside of the US, and actually be able to get hold of them through the post. So I can help you with that. So just get in touch with me. Okay, so that is all the comments I've had. And of course, Nina, as well, the other thing that you can do is you can draw your own eyes, but those eye papers, they are absolutely gorgeous. They've been done by Brigitte Grade, and her artwork is just stunning. So they are beautiful papers. And if you want to watch some lives, that was actually quite a good live series where I did the canvases, the mixed media canvases with the eyes. So next week on Friday Live, join me again to make a mixed media canvas. So it doesn't matter what photo transfer you do, and I want to see those comments coming in that yes, you're going to join me and you're going to do a photo transfer this week. The challenge is on, so get to it and make some creative time. So if you need some help, you can watch that video on YouTube and actually, just follow the instructions, and it is very, very clear. And as I say, if you do get stuck, please post any of your questions, and I am always happy to help. And if you are on the channel and you want to watch other videos, ask me anything and I might even answer you on a live. So I hope that has helped you today. And don't forget that you can join our group on the Creative Hub as well, which is actually a really, really nice community of people. And I look forward to seeing you there. So guys, until next week, I hope you have a fabulous creative time, and I'll just leave you with a creative thought that, get to it, go for it, and be bold with your artwork. So take some risks and try something different. And if you feel like something's not quite finished and it needs something else, just try that something else that you're thinking of. So I really look forward to sharing with you next week, and I look forward to it being a practical session. So it's been a lot of chat this week, but I really hope that that has helped you guys and will help you into the future. So, ciao everyone.